written by Felicia, illustrated by Lilli, Messina. Florence the Flamingo, A Tale of Pride. Florence was a flamingo, and she was beautiful. Each day she stood in the shallow waters of the blue lake. The breeze ruffled her frilly feathers. The sun shone on her bill. She looked gorgeous. Of course, all the other flamingos looked beautiful too, but Florence never looked at the others. The truth was, she spent most of her time looking at herself. The still water of the lake was like a huge, dazzling mirror. But most important, the lake was where the huge flock of pink flamingos gathered in its waters to feed. Florence always stood in the center of the flock so the other flamingos could see how beautiful she was. The other flamingos worried about her. "Florence, you're so busy looking at yourself that you're forgetting to eat," they said. "You're becoming thin and weak. Pull yourself together." But Florence didn't listen. One summer, the weather turned unusually hot. It was even too hot in the shade. The lake started to dry up. It slowly grew smaller and smaller. The flamingos were worried. "It's time to leave," they said to each other. "The lake is shrinking and the fish are dying. Soon there will be no food at all." "Let's fly across to a cooler place," they said. The next day, 100 flamingos took to the skies. What a sight they were! The pink feathers rose high like a cloud of cotton candy. The pink cloud got smaller and smaller as it rose higher and higher. "Come with us, Florence," they called. "It's time to leave. The water is drying up and leaving piles of salt behind. Come on." But Florence wasn't listening. She stood gazing into the shallows of the lake. As the water dried, it had left thousands of shining salt crystals around her ankles. Florence had never seen anything so pretty. The crystal looked like sparkling jewels. She tried to pick up her feet and take a closer look at her shiny new bracelets, but she couldn't move. The salt had formed such a heavy cuff around each foot that she was stuck. "Never mind," thought Florence. "Nobody has bracelets like mine. I just wish everyone could see how they glitter and shine." Although Florence couldn't see them, she was being watched by a pack of hungry hyenas. They waited quietly in the thick grass at the edge of the lake. "Be patient," the hyenas said to each other. "She's not going anywhere. When the lake dries out completely, we'll walk out there and grab her. We won't even get her paws wet." As evening fell, Florence realized that she was truly alone. She was hungry and she was scared too. She couldn't move. So she tried to free herself from the salt cuffs that held her down. She was too thin and weak. She certainly couldn't fly. Luckily, the older, wiser flamingos felt sorry for her. "We can't leave her," they said. "She doesn't see that her foolish pride has gotten her into trouble." And they returned to peck away the crusty cuffs. Florence was grateful to her friends. She had been so proud of her beauty that she had put herself in danger. Sometimes she missed her bracelets, but not enough to get trapped in the lake again. The end.